What's up, guys? So I did back and by yesterday afternoon, and then as I was starting to throw the video together, I just kind of like work on it like when I have free time. As I was starting to kind of piece it and throw it together, I realized that I didn't do an intro at all for the video, and I was like, well, so I thought about doing it last night, and then I was like, nah, like I'll just do it tomorrow. And I don't know why, I was just kind of feeling lazy, didn't want to do it. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna do the intro video. The intro like shouldn't take me long. Then I was like, I'm also just gonna record my devotional. Like every morning, I say every morning, this is something that I used to do a lot and I'm trying to get back into, is every morning, wake up, eat breakfast, and then dive in. Like start the day off right, get the word in, get a message in. And I think today, this message that I'm going to kind of go over and talk about is something that fits pretty well with like the first video I posted, just being locked in, being dialed, and really trying to change for the better, and really working hard on that, and trying to let go of those things that are holding you back and just become better. And so I taught her to let go of what's holding you back. And if you guys want to pause the video or open your Bibles or whatever and join me, it's Mark. We're going to start, there's going to be a couple different verses, but we're going to start in Mark chapter 1 verses 16 through 18. And that reads, "One day, as Jesus was walking along the shore of the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and his brother Andrew throwing a net into the water, for they fished for a living. Jesus called out to them, 'Come, follow me, and I will show you how to fish for people.' And they left their nets at once and followed him." And so, one thing that, like, I don't know, this is something that a buddy of mine pointed out to me, that he has a much deeper understanding of, like, the Bible in its entirety and the history and all the things, but he said, this was the first time, verse 16 is the first time anyone in the Bible said, "Come and follow me." And so that just kind of shows, like, Jesus is the Messiah. Jesus is the one. He is the chosen one. He is the Son of God. Like, no one else had the authority to say, "Hey, come and follow me." But he did. Jesus is saying, "Come and follow me." So in these verses, Jesus is asking Simon and Andrew to follow him. And he's asking them to leave their job behind, leave the way that they know how to live, leave the comfortableness of it, to really just leave that behind and to follow him and pursue him. And so I think something that's I think the first step of letting go of the things that are holding you back is that you start right now. You don't start tomorrow. You don't start a week from now. You don't start after, oh, well, I kind of got some things I got to get done in the next month or so God will understand, like, he's gonna let me go and do this thing, and even if it doesn't honor him, or even if it doesn't maybe reflect what he wants from me, I know that he's gonna understand. Like, it just has to be fine. It's like, no, you start now. You start right now. You start today. This very minute, this very second. Like, when you're called, you go now. And so, in Mark 1:18, it also says they left their nets and they went. And so change is hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be uncomfortable. But with God, it's possible. So change is hard, but with God, it's possible. And in my life, I know there's been a lot of times where I've kind of felt led to make a change, or I knew something wasn't right, or I knew the way I was living wasn't right. I knew, like, this isn't good. Like, even if it wasn't God placing it on my heart necessarily, like, where I'm like, oh, I'm disappointing God. It could have looked as like, oh, well, this isn't sustainable. Like, I'm not going to be able to keep living this way or doing this if I want to be successful, if I want to get into PT school, if I want to get into this or that, like, I'm going to have to lock it in. But this is saying, like, this is the same thing. Like, it starts now. Like, you do it now. And then you let go. You got to let go, right? Like, don't hold on to the things that are stopping you from pursuing God. Don't hold on to those things that are hindering you, and making you someone that God's not calling you to be. So you have to let go of those nets. Let go of your old way of life. Let go of whatever that may be. So the next verse that I kind of want to look at is Hebrews. I'm going to switch there real quick. Hebrews 12:1. So Hebrews 12:1, it says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up, and let us run with endurance. The race God has set before us." And so it said, it's like, wow, like I start, and so you start now. 2, you let go, but you have to throw off everything. It says throw off everything that hinders you and the sin that entangles you. Like that, whatever that could be. I mean, that's so, as guys, like I'm in a Bible study group and we all talk about like, we have problems with like lustful thoughts or lustful actions, or we, the Bible verse of the day, I don't know if you guys are on the Bible app, but the Bible verse of the day was talking about, let me just pull it up, actually. I wasn't going to get on my phone, but it actually, God's just working right now. It says, it's Ephesians 4:29, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen." So it could be that. It could be your words. Like it could be like whatever is in you or whatever you do that's not God honoring, cut it off. Take it out of your life. You don't need that anymore. And so Hebrews 12:1 is just something that really hits. I'm gonna read it one more time just because it's so good. "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up, and let us run with endurance the race God has set before us." It's not going to be easy. You're going to need endurance. You're gonna go through some trials still. Like, just because you're a Christian doesn't mean your life's going to be easy. But you have an unspeakable peace. This I shouldn't say unspeakable. Unexplainable is the word I'm looking for. Unexplainable peace. And so, part of the let go, you can see that in Hebrews 12:1, obviously, saying like, hey, you need to let go of all these things. But again, you can read it in Mark 1:18 too. Like, it says, "And they left their nets at once and followed him." They left at once and followed. Like, so you can talk about it as much as you want. You can talk about how you're a Christian. You can talk about like how much you love God and all these things. So you can talk about it, but it's a whole different thing to be about it. Like, don't just talk about it. Be about it. Walk the walk. Walk with God. Walk with Jesus. Like, just walk every single moment of your life with them. Are you going to trip? Are you going to fall? Yes. But they're going to be right there to pick you right back up because you got the endurance and you're running the race that God set for you. And you can't, like, the thing is God's plan is going to happen regardless. It's just that, are you going to make your life easier or not? Are you going to just follow God's plan, which is going to happen already regardless of what you want or do or say? Or are you going to try and do your own thing just for his plan to still happen? And so then the third thing is, so the first thing was start now. Second thing, let go. Third, get going. So change is a one-time decision that must be followed by a daily commitment. So that's why, like, this is so important to me. Like, I want to get, it's a one-time decision I made. Like, hey, I'm going to change. I'm going to be better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But it's a daily commitment. It's a daily thing that you're going to be going through. And so with that being said, I want to, most of you guys might know this verse, but I want to switch over to Luke chapter 9, verse 23. And it says, then, it's talking about Jesus. It says, then he said to the crowd, if any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way. Take up your cross daily and follow me. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to read through 25. It says, if you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, you will save it. And what do you benefit if you gain the whole world, but if you gain the whole world, and what do you benefit if you gain the whole world but are yourself lost or destroyed? Like, it's daily. It's daily. It's picking up those things, like those things that you let go of, those sins, those things that trip you up, those things that you can't seem to stop doing even though you want to stop doing them because you know it upsets people, you know it upsets God, you know it's not good for it makes your spouse upset or your significant other upset, like, or your best friend upset, but you continue to do it. It's like you gotta start now. You gotta make the decision now. You gotta let go of it to start in the right direction, and you gotta let go and let God. And then the third thing is you gotta get going, but you gotta get going daily, and you gotta pick those things up and nail them to that cross that you're carrying daily. And like, hey, listen, God, these are the things I'm struggling with. These are the things I'm not very good at, but I'm giving them to you, and I'm gonna carry my cross, and I'm gonna pin them up on that cross and know that I'm forgiven for them. Because when Jesus hung on that cross, he forgave me for all these things. And so the thing is whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about Jesus. And it's about what he's done for us. And we're just trying to spread the good news around here. We're trying to get everyone to know about it. We're trying to get everyone to feel the love we feel. Everyone to have the peace we feel. And so I just want to end by saying following Jesus is a one-time decision with a daily commitment. Just like change. It's a one-time decision, but it requires a daily commitment. So yeah, like I said, guys, this is just, I'll probably start doing these. My goal is kind of like one video a week, maybe post on Fridays or Saturday, something like that. Kind of chilling right now. Don't got a lot going on right now. Do start PT school pretty soon. So when that starts, that's going to be interesting to see how I'm going to balance it all. But mainly, like I said in the first video and then now in this one, is I'm just trying to get dialed. I just want to be in this like unshakable routine and just firing on all cylinders. I want to get healthy. I want to get jacked. I want to do all these things, yes. But I also want to be completely Christ-centered. And I want to be unshakable. And I want to have a spine of steel. And I want to be rooted in the right things. And so if y'all want to hop in on this journey with me, I hope you do. You can subscribe, comment, like, whatever. I don't really care. I just think this is fun. I think it's cool. And if one person sees this and it helps them, then I think it's worth it. But yeah, so with that being said, there's a little intro for the day. So yeah, now next thing you'll see is me from yesterday, and I'm gonna be hitting some back and buys. It's a pretty decent workout. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope you guys start making a change. Start now. I hope you guys spread some love today.
You might be smarter, your family might come from privilege, your daddy might own a company, but you will not outwork me.
This top spot, this number one, that's mine. Because not one of you can outwill me. You may have been born with more genetic prowess than I have, but you cannot out-determine me. You can't outwill me. You can't outwant me. You can't outwork me. You can't out-desire me.
The bigger your dream is, the harder the grind. You might have small beginnings. You might not have a lot of money. You might not have a lot of resources, but there's no excuse. And I need you to understand that the bigger your dream is, the earlier you're gonna have to get up. The longer you're gonna have to stay up. The more effort you're gonna have to put in. You know how hard I worked to get here? I put in too many hours. I sweat too much blood, too much tears. I worked hard to get here. Didn't nobody give me this. I didn't grow up with wealth. Didn't nobody pay me. I worked for this. Sweat, blood, tears. I earn every dime I get. I work for this. You will not outwork me because your height has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your face has nothing to do with my work ethic. You will not outwork me. You gotta kill. What's going to separate you from everybody else? I do things to separate myself from everybody else. The passion that I have, the grind that I have when I do what I do. I got a different motor. I got a different grind.
I'm always going to give it my 110%. That's the only thing I can ever say a solid day's work. If you guys do not do that, I promise you, your life will haunt you for the rest of your days.
From today on, you play whatever your best game is, you play that level every single time. It doesn't mean you're going to score every time, but you can always give 120% effort. You can't dictate what kind of game you're going to have. You can't dictate how your body is going to respond to moving around, but you can dictate your effort. Your dream counts on you. Push. Ain't nobody about to give you no cookies and ice cream. Push. It's alive. It's inside. How do you know you feel it? You dream about it. You eat and sleep it every day. So push. Just push past the plate. Push. Don't quit. Push. And you push your way to success. You have a chance to control your destiny. All of us are created equal. Some of us just work harder. Some of us just grind. Some of us don't make excuses. Some of us don't give up and give in. What we do with the pressure is we say, I gotta take it, and I gotta take it to another level. Many of you have lost your competitive edge. Get your competitive edge back. Act like you playing basketball. Act like you playing football. Go in that doggone classroom. Compete. You're not giving 120. You giving 70. You giving 60. You giving 50. And you want what these people who've given sweat, who's given blood, who's given tears, you want what they paid for, and it ain't free.
You might be bigger than me, you might be faster than me, you might be stronger than me, but you will not outwork me.
You get a breakthrough when you fight. That's the hardest part, because the breakthrough, that last 10%, is all mental toughness.
It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. It's within you. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they were willing to work their fucking ass off to get it. It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It was about the perseverance. And it was about being the hardest fucking worker in the room.
While you're over there watching me and talking about me, I'm working. I'm working hard. I'm taking things to the next level. You keep gossiping and I'll keep working. You keep talking smack and I'll keep working. You keep focusing on everything and everyone else and I'll keep working. And when you finally look around at where you are and where I'm at, you'll realize that you have nothing left to talk smack about. And you will lose and I will win.
What if the truth is that changing your life is one away? One decision, one meeting, one conversation, one extra phone call, one extra rep in the gym. You start stacking up those one mores. That's the separator. In life, we don't get our goals. We get our standards. You meet somebody who doesn't have self-confidence. This is someone who's perpetually not keeping promises they make to themselves. You meet somebody with pretty good baseline confidence. You've met somebody who now keeps the promises they make to themselves. You meet somebody doing superhuman things. They keep the promises they make to themselves, and they do one more. There's a power to one more. When you start stacking up those one mores, not only have you put more contacts out into the universe, but you start believing, I'm doing something most people aren't willing to do. I'm fixing to get something most people aren't gonna get.
I don't have that natural beauty or that natural talent or this gift for creativity or intellect or humor. I don't have any of those things. But what I got is I will outwork you. When it's 45 on the treadmill, I do 46. When it's supposed to be 20 phone calls, I make 21. When it's supposed to be an 8-hour workday, I work 9. Whatever it is, I always do one more. And what that does is it makes me eventually think I'm doing things other people aren't willing to do, so I should get things other people aren't gonna get.
You've got to understand, it's not about what you were born with. It's not about what you were given, where you started, or even where you're going. It is entirely about what you plant at the center of your soul, how hard you're willing to go after something, how much focus you're willing to put in your life, and how often you come back to that level of intensity for who you want to be.
You have to make a decision that nobody in your position will outwork you.
Some people run faster, swim better, but mentality is mentality. You're not gonna outwork me, so I'm gonna catch up somewhere.
If you are not that talented, you can beat them with time. You can get to the spot before they get to the spot. Get your butt up and get there.
Every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. So now you got to go out and show them that I'm a different creature. Now, because I'm pissed off. for greatness. Because if you ain't pissed off for greatness, that means you okay with being mediocre. There ain't no man in here okay with being just basic.
And I dare you to exhaust yourself. I dare you to leave every single thing on the field one season. Everything. Walk off exhausted.
Wins and losses come a dime a dozen. But effort, nobody can judge effort. Because effort is between you and you. Effort ain't got nothing to do with nobody else.
I want you to know when you dream your dream that there are other people who are dreaming the exact same dream. When you said to yourself, this is what I want to accomplish, you're not the only person that wants to accomplish it. And now I ask you this question: what do you do when 1,000 other people want exactly what you want? What do you do when you're not the only one that wants to make $1 million in your company? You're not the only one that wants to be a CEO. What if you're not the only one that wants what you want? What if there are thousands of other people who want what you want? You have to outwork them. You got to get up earlier. You got to stay up later. You got to execute, and you got to